Captain America Civil War. Finally got to see it. I feel like I'm like the last person on YouTube who's watched this damn movie. I absolutely loved it. It is very different from the comic books because the Marvel Civil War event mainly focused on the Registration Act, but this movie instead focuses on the aftermath from the Avengers movies. You know, all these Marvel movies, you've seen these big fights and all the destruction that happens, and when you're watching it, you get so wrapped up on like all the cool stuff that's happening, but you don't realize all the collateral damage that's going on, and this movie addresses that. This movie's about the Sokovia Accords, where they're a law or a set of regulations that are given to the Avengers and presented to them because of all the events that just keep on happening due to the Avengers. Even though they're helping and saving people, you know, the United Nations and people globally, you know, how in the media, how it inflates certain events and stuff like that. They don't, you know, hey, the Avengers saved the world and all that stuff doesn't like really sell. It's more like, yes, they did, but, you know, look at all this destruction that happens. In the first Avengers movie, Manhattan got destroyed. In the second Avengers movie, they destroyed an entire city, like, into ashes. And in this movie, something in the beginning happens where it really starts off that process where the world is almost against the Avengers, and all these feelings that you actually see with Iron Man, you really connect with Iron Man a lot more than you think. And that's what I really like about this movie, is that I was Team Cap. And I'm still kind of Team Cap, but in the comic book, it's very easy to be Team Cap and very easy to put Iron Man in this power asshole position that he is, because Civil War in the comic book makes, like, it's way more easier to side with Captain America because it's just about, you know, secret identity and having all these freedoms and stuff like that. But in this movie, the Russo brothers do an excellent job as making you feel and understanding why Iron Man is doing what he's doing. You feel the motivations of why Captain America is against it. You feel why people will side with Iron Man and why people will side with Captain America, because you, as a viewer, are torn between the two. There, in the beginning of the movie, I was completely Captain America, but like when Tony's speaking, he's persuasive and he's charming, and I understand why he feels that way. And he brings that up in such an excellent point of view, and in such an excellent way overall, that you understand that there is no one wrong here. There's just two different points of views, and they conflict. And because of the whole situation with Steve Rogers, Captain America's loyalty to the Winter Soldier just complicates everything so much. And that's, a lot of people are going to not really talk that much about the Winter Soldier, but he himself was phenomenal in this movie. You really feel bad for him, how he's a victim, how, you know, I really recommend you watch Captain America Winter Soldier before you watch this movie, but you really feel that, like, he was just a victim of all this. And he did do certain actions, and so people are going to hate him. People in this movie hate him, and you understand why they hate the Winter Soldier, but you also understand why Captain America is trying to protect him. Because Winter Soldier was a victim. And you connect with, you know, kind of this guy who's an assassin, but you connect with him because he was just a victim of situations. And that's what I kind of want to make the point, is that, like, Captain America really, really, really shines in this movie. Tony Stark, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., he is Iron Man, and you completely understand his motivations from the beginning. He's just as likable in this movie as he is in every single movie that he's played Iron Man in.
On the roost!
Hey everyone.
Now let's talk about the people who stole the show. This guy right here. Tom Holland as Spider-Man is probably the best depiction of Spider-Man that we've gotten, period, in a live-action movie. He does it in such an elegant way where from the moment he's on screen, you connect with this character. And it is funny because we've been waiting this for 2 decades now. And like I feel like Sony watched this movie and was like, oh, that's all they needed to do. You know, be true to the source material, have this kid-like character be so charming and amazing and powerful, and he's joking while he's fighting and doing all these incredible feats, and he's such a smart-ass. Spider-Man for me was the highlight of the movie. That was my favorite part. Another character that was introduced was the Black Panther. And the Black Panther, I love Chad Boswick, I believe his name. I love his accent in this. He did a phenomenal job. I'm looking forward to the new Black Panther movie that will be coming out. I believe it's next year or 2 years from now. I'm off the top of my mind, I can't really think of it. He did a phenomenal job, and the reason why I feel this movie works really well is that you have all these characters. You have 12 Avengers, something crazy like that, and you care about each individual one, and you've had this catalog of movies to understand each characters. But in this movie, they also tell you which each character's motivation is, and so you connect with them. And so this is why this movie is significantly better than Batman v Superman, because Batman v Superman's problem was that you don't understand why characters are doing certain things. But in this one, it's crazy because you have all these characters, you give all this motivation, you have all this amazing action. The airport scene that everyone's talking about really is that good. Ant-Man, another character that I liked the Ant-Man movie, but I didn't necessarily love the Ant-Man movie. Ant-Man really shines in this movie. Hawkeye really shines in this movie. I also like the chemistry, what they're alluding to between the Scarlet Witch and Vision. That was very, very clever, and I really like that they're doing that. War Machine, really connect with that character. You go on this emotional roller coaster throughout the entire movie, and because you connected to these characters, you feel and understand and care when they're actually fighting and conflicting with each other. If they didn't actually have these three-dimensional characters, you would not care. And that was an issue with Batman v Superman for me. And it's hard to bring that up. And why bring up another movie that is a superhero movie but has nothing to do with this? Because it kind of does. This movie's a battle of ideologies. It's not just a physical battle. And the first half of this movie has one action scene in the very beginning, and then there's no action for a good while. And some people are not going to like that, but I feel because of that, in the second half, when you have it packed with action, it's not just action to be action. You understand why it's there, and you love it. Ant-Man was amazing. The Scarlet Witch's thing that she does to Vision that you kind of see in the trailer. Wow. That was really, really, really cool. I like how that was done. Okay, time to grade this movie. Should you watch it? Hell yeah. Go watch it right now. I hope you're watching my review after you've already watched it. I'm going to make another review that's spoiler heavy, so we can actually talk about the details a little bit more on what I really liked. It's another thing. This movie does a very good job making you excited for the other movies. Okay, I'm ending this review. What to grade it? If it isn't obvious, I'm giving this movie an A. Hell yeah, it deserves it. I absolutely enjoyed this movie. I recommend it to everyone. It's one of the few movies. I do watch movies a couple times in theaters to get a grip on it. I watched Batman v Superman twice, but I watched that movie because just to understand it more. I'm watching this movie again, or 3 or 4 more times, because I loved it. It was a roller coaster for me. I absolutely enjoyed it. I feel like everyone's gonna love it. I just do recommend, so you like the movie a little bit more, is to watch the previous Avengers movies and Winter Soldier and the first Iron Man movie. Those really are the movies that you need to know. And then I'll also be doing a spoiler heavy review on this. Okay, time to end this video. Fade to black. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like this video. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day, guys.